I don't know who that was.
I feel like I'm
Or
insane.
what they've been doing here.
I feel like I lost
I
my
don't know
mind.
if I like it. Every time I come out here.
Mm-hmm.
You started by
it.
coming in my house. I didn't know who you was.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say to you. Other than that, I need more medication.
And
sorry.
Now you got these hoodwinks coming out here.
Folks, he's getting prepared. You know, this takes a lot of work.
And
this is a two-person operation, and he has to do all this setup stuff. And
I don't know.
And we just...
I think I lost a beer in battle.
We do everything we can to prepare. Okay.
Or, hey. Hey.
Mister, I can't hear you. What is she saying?
I think the lamp's still working. It's warming up.
Okay. Yeah, but
it's warming up.
What is that bitch saying?
It's some old Marshall, but it's the best amp I've got. But it has tubes and it has to warm up.
It would be better if you could move. Yeah, just move for...
Yeah! Give it up!
Yeah, give it up for Lakeisha.
What is that? Lakeisha Keys?
That's Lakeisha.
Lakeisha Keys!
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
I remember her. Yeah.
Don't you laugh at her!
Stop laughing at her.
Well, this amp,
she has a big booty. Stop it.
I'm going to go grab my notebook because
okay.
I'm a dumbass.
Sure.
I forgot it.
You're not a dumbass. You're handling a lot right now. There's a lot going on. There's just too much. It's too much.
So, it's hot as hell. We couldn't wait for the sun to go down because, damn it, I'm turning 38. Isn't she hot? She's the type of girl you want to bring home to mama.
I don't know about that. I don't know.
So how have you been? Now you're bringing all these hooligans in my house. You having house parties?
I'm having house
parties. I work a hard day and come in. There's people singing about
and we talk weird shit. Crazy shit. I'm raising a lot of hell. And I'm sorry. But I want you to know one thing. Folks, in spite of everything I've said and done, I want you to know there's a method to my madness. And I have pure intentions. Always. You just have to see it through. You have to see it through. I do everything I can.
Did you tell me that last
I really do. Right. Where's it at?
In the coin jar. Because we're about to get...
Isn't that fucking dirty? That is so dirty. Folks, he's so dirty.
Hey, look, went through a whole pandemic. Everybody's dying.
I know.
Brother didn't get a shot. I ate with filthy hands. I shit in dirty bathrooms. I thought the world was coming to an end, and my only conclusion was, let's ride and die, motherfucker. And guess what?
Right,
you get sick once.
You know, I love it.
But, you know.
He's so dirty.
But I had to make a decision, man. They're not going to play by the rules down and every man for himself.
Right, but the dirtier you are, you have a better immune system.
Hell yeah.
You get a better immune system.
I'm a dirty motherfucker.
He's dirty.
We used to swim in sewage.
You're just dirty.
We didn't know. We used to think them rocks at the creek was slick because of algae. That black algae was not. It was shit water.
It was shit water.
Those rocks were the slickest rocks you can.
I know.
Show home and I
couldn't
smell it.
When I was a kid.
Smelling like shit.
When I was a kid, there was a river. You met me at that river. That very river. I went there with my friend Kenny and his cousin. And his cousin one time drank that water. And that was shit water. She didn't die.
Made it stronger.
She was fine. He played in it. We played in it.
That's why I say you gotta eat the ass. I'm a strong believer.
We don't care.
Man, there's protein in there.
Oh my God.
And biotics and shit.
Yeah, sure. Really, yeah. It's really that kind of show now. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. You know, we have decent folk who watch this show. And this is what you do to them. You poison their brain.
Now, I have something.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
I don't know if you heard about it.
I don't know.
I think that young man was singing over there about it, so he might be a fan.
You know, I don't know.
But I have something. Take it away, Shakira.
But... No. No, her name's Lakeisha.
Yeah, I just hired
It's not.
her last
It's
week,
not
so.
Shakira. It's not Shakira.
Check that.
Oh, that's pretty hot. Yeah, that's really hot. I like it. Really hot. Right. So, folks, he's turning 25.
Yeah, I'm turning 25.
Right.
Nice.
You know, he's younger than me. I robbed the cradle.
Yeah, I'm rocking the cradle.
Yeah, I robbed the cradle, and you know.
But yeah, I gotta stay.
He's turning.
Boys and propaganda. It's the birthday episode, everybody. I can get away with a fucked up show on my birthday. I've been playing with electronics. I'm getting weird and wild.
He's 25. He has 3 girlfriends.
And I have who knows how many babies.
He's got.
But I was interested. All right, go ahead. Just get it over with.
Okay, I'm gonna get it over with. You're sowing your wild oats.
Yep.
All over the place,
all
folks.
Over the place.
And I put up with it.
$29.95 a bag.
I put up with it.
And I got plenty.
And you know what? On the weekends, I sell my pussy pictures. And you know, that's how we make money.
But at least we out there making that money. We don't take no free giveaways.
But
we give hand giveaways.
I didn't give away my body.
Look,
I just gave away pictures.
Look at his wrists. These wrists are so strong.
Wow. That is impressive.
Look at all over.
Look at the passion. Folks, if you don't see the passion in his eyes, in his gestures, you're blind. You're just blind. Lakeisha's really rocking it. Do you think maybe she could use some water? It's fucking hot in here. It's really hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So how starving kids in Africa? I haven't heard from them in a while. Things must be good. We're going to space to live with aliens, buying, selling crypto. It's a good time to be alive. Now for the news.
Right, so...
Space Force!
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I really care more about the poor children with the distended bellies.
After you hear this news, you're going to understand. Things are great. I researched it all morning.
They have chicken pox and smallpox, and they have...
we got the vaccine,
mites in their hair.
Safe now.
Yeah, but they're not treating anyone, and maybe they're not treating everybody.
Have you been there?
Yeah, they're not treating everyone.
Have you been there? Bill Gates has, and he said they're fucking fine. So we're talking about Space Force. Space Force wants its operations to extend to the expanse between traditional orbits and the moon. The military are preparing to develop spacecraft and concepts of operations for missions beyond traditional orbits that could extend past the moon. The Air Force will go places no man has gone before. So they all right. If you, if you go into the moon, you handle the problem at home and then you go to the moon. So I just assumed they were all right because I thought, they probably got enough. If you fly to the moon, you can buy a hell of a lot of rice.
Sure.
So they must be fine.
You're right. So why don't they just buy the rice? Why don't they just feed people?
They did, but nobody, I guess they just didn't get that scoop on the news. I guess they're all right. I ain't seen one of them commercials. In the arms of an angel. And it's got the fucking kid, and that's the dogs.
I don't know.
And they had one for, you remember you'd see them, they used to say, Save Africa.
Right.
All I see commercials for is mental health and, I don't know, different lifestyles, he, she, be, she,
maybe
and
because they want you to think,
them, and them.
They want you to think you're crazy.
And everything's happening, everybody looks happy, They want you to think you're a lunatic. Do you know, I know we're free because I was at work, and I'll tell you the motherfucking name of the company that let me be so fucking free that this company, Lowe's, I look over, they're throwing cases and cases, all those masks that they had for the pandemic, they made everybody wear. They threw all of them in the compactor, and we're like, you're not going to donate those?
So stupid.
And they said, we can't, we have to destroy them. And they destroyed, I don't even want to tell you how many.
That is stupid.
It literally probably took somebody an hour to fucking just throw cases and cases of that shit, just Boom, right in the garbage.
You know doctors need those.
And every company I work, they throw what? Food, and I'm just like, fuck. When I was a manager, I throw that shit out back and let the ghetto take it.
Doctors, nurses, dentists, they need that.
Yeah, no, apparently it's over.
Right, but they need
Because you can throw away shit now. Fuck a mask. They tormented me for a year, and I still didn't wear that motherfucker just until they come around the corner.
Sure.
But shit. I had my ninja mask, though. I kind of miss it. It looked cool around the neck.
About the space thing, I don't know if they realize this. No, but you know what? I've already been there. It was last week. I went there. I went to Mars. And you know what? I didn't need a spaceship. Laugh at me. But yeah, I didn't. Right, okay, whatever they're doing. Whoever they're cheering for. I'm just saying, I didn't need a spaceship to do it. I have a bathtub.
The universe is in your mind.
I have a bathtub. That's how I got there.
And we was talking about it earlier when I was a kid. I was so conflicted. I thought, when I was looking up, I thought I was looking inside my head, not outside. I was looking inside.
That's intelligent.
But I don't get into that because people get weird on
Well, aren't you a very precocious boy? You actually looked at the sky and thought to yourself, oh, those might be neurons in the brain.
Well, it was looking back at me.
Yeah.
I was looking within.
And what did Nietzsche say about staring?
Don't fuck your father.
He said that too, but he said, he who is afraid to be stared at from across the abyss is afraid to stare into it himself.
Yeah.
Right. So, but that's the same thing. Like you said, the things that you see around you are reflections of your what?
Self.
Right. That's right.
And
that's why we
everything around you.
Right.
Well, you live in dimensions.
Sure. Right.
So you can. I mean, it's there already.
It's already there.
It's already.
It's all here.
It just takes the right pair of eyes.
Right.
But if you walk around and live in society as I do, like I said, there's a sea of people, and I rarely come across anybody with like little glimpse. But they people out there, man. It's like they know what they're doing. But a lot of people just seem brain dead.
Right.
And in so many ways, I watch them. The biggest example, and I say it again and again.
Mm-hmm.
It's always been bad. Pandemic was hard. But going just to get gas, and you get off work, you just want a beer and like $5 in gas, and you're standing in this line, everybody's getting off work, and watching them try to count money.
Right.
What I got in my hand, I looked at the price, I know the tax.
Sure.
I already counted it up in my hand. I had my money in this hand, and the shit I got in this hand.
Right.
When I get there, I'm just waiting for the guy behind the fucking window there.
Right.
You get off the fucking phone.
Right.
Stop. Everybody's talking to each other. It's a fucking.
They talk forever.
And I'm standing there, and I just want to make a transaction.
Yeah, they talk.
And when I get up there, they start talking to me, and it's yes and no.
Right.
And if you ask me anything else, I'll go, I don't know.
You keep it simple.
I do this.
Concise.
Because, I'm ready to go, man. I'm not coming here for a friendship.
Right.
And I don't want to be rude, but in between that and how long it takes somebody to do simple math is astonishing.
Right.
We learned that as kids. They give you play money and shit.
Right.
And if God forbid I get in line and it's a long line and the guy has children and they're teaching them how to count money in the line with the cashier, I would drop all my shit on the floor and walk out.
Sure.
This is not the time.
No.
Do that shit at home. We got a game called Monopoly.
Right. Do it at home.
Do it at home. Don't do that shit in the middle of the fucking line. It's not cute.
Right.
Unless that motherfucker can already be like, yeah, Dad, I got this. Boom, boom, boom.
Right. I was taught at home.
Got off course, man.
Right. When you're not in the classroom, your parents teach you at home. They teach you your letters, your numbers, your vocabulary, your mathematics.
You can buy it.
Arithmetic.
It's like $1. You get the play money and you teach them.
Arithmetic is the
proper. Flashcards.
Yes.
God forbid you got books.
Proper term.
Oh, you own food stamps and they just roam the streets at night while you collect a check from the government, which is now involved in what we're dealing with now that they've grown up and they had life so easy.
Sure.
Because their parents fucking lived off the government. Now they don't think they gotta work. Now you can't find no one in the workforce. Now I got the upper hand because I'm taking all your fucking jobs. I'll do every one of your jobs, but you're going to have to pay.
Also, here's another thing I want to mention.
I'm after the hunt, baby.
Here's another thing I want to mention.
They won't even let me train nobody because they quit between 4 hours to 4 days. Nobody can make it a week. I'm not allowed to train anyone. And I was nice, but the problem is, they said that it's too hot, too sweaty, too much work. He's like, I said, take all the breaks you need, baby. I'll be here working. And it's still, I break them.
Okay,
but.
so, can I mention something?
It's work. Somebody's got to do it. That's what I do every
mister,
day.
Which leads straight into my point. The next time you go to the store, and you can't find anything you would normally find on the shelves.
Pick what the fuck
Nobody's working.
You just have to pick what you got.
Nobody's working.
They said there was a shortage of chicken at Bojangles. No, there wasn't a shortage of chicken. Everybody quit that day.
Shortage of workers, yes.
Because you handed them money so they can sit at home. And I hate to tell you this. It's about to get worse from what I'm saying.
Yes, it is.
Because as long as you're giving people money, they won't work. It's a good idea if you was working and accepted the money. I could see how that idea would work, but how stupid can you be to think these lazy motherfuckers are going to work if you keep giving them money and rewarding them for not working?
I don't mean to scare anyone.
So,
but let me tell you something.
It can't be a stupid motherfucker. It must be a plan.
So, I don't mean to scare anyone.
And I'm mad at it.
However, this is so reminiscent to what happened right before October 29th, 1929. What happened October 29th, 1929? Stock market crashed.
Mm-hmm.
And what was happening before that? People gambled incessantly. They were throwing money around, left and right.
This is going to be a whole new thing now.
Okay.
This is going to be a whole new game. I, in my truest of hearts, is thinking they're trying to cattle you up, and they don't want you to leave your fucking home.
The Great Depression.
They're going to start using robots, and you're going to be at the house, but they're going to. But do you know what that's leading to?
It's headed here. Yes.
You know how a computer works? There's microchips. They're there. All they do is send out, but everything's there.
Yes.
Controlled.
Right.
It doesn't get to move anywhere else.
Nope.
It has to stay there. It doesn't go anywhere. It has one duty, and it does that duty, and if it doesn't do that duty, it dies.
That's right.
Is what I'm saying.
That's right.
And John Mcafee, you know John?
Yes.
We watch it. You know that crazy guy that ate the shit and the women and the swings and the things, and we thought he was funny and cool? Committed suicide.
Right.
In jail, because he said if he committed suicide in jail, it would make it murder.
Mm.
Now, to be honest with you, as crazy as that motherfucker was, I loved his virus protection. I used it
too.
in the 90s. Dude, that shit was solid.
I did too.
When I used virus protection, his shit was the best shit.
It was.
And I had a guy give me these bootleg copies later on, and it was the shit. But rest in peace, Mcafee. But I thought you would have loved that since you like eating booty, and having people shit in your mouth. I thought jail would be like next level, But damn, what a way to go.
Funny.
Yeah, he committed suicide because he said it would be called murder because they put him in jail.
Right.
Wow, man. It's a crazy concept, but man, he was wild. We saw that podcast with him on it. He was interesting, but he's a crazy motherfucker.
Wow.
Been running from the police and shit, having women shit on him, and
shitting in his mouth.
Tell it, girl.
It's really hot.
Rest in peace, Mcafee.
Right. Did you want to play the game at all?
Yeah, let's do the game.
Before we move on?
Let's do the game before we move on.
This is it's funny because some of the things that you mentioned beautifully tie into the concept of this game. This game is titled Solutions for World Problems. Now I'm going to warn you, it says solutions for world problems, but some of these solutions are going to seem like problems. But here we go. But as you know,
I love the game. I have to get ready.
Life is not easy.
Yeah.
If it was easy,
everybody would be doing it. And they wouldn't be killing themselves because they going to jail.
But as my dear grandmother said, it is not for sissies. So here we are.
Yeah, she's right about that.
I'm surprised I'm still here. So here we go. Solutions for world problems. Now, you will pick a solution, but you have to pick a number between 1 through 4 to get the solution.
Okay. That's the strangest one.
You have to pick a number.
3.
3. Anarchy. You had a choice of annihilation. You had world annihilation. You had an option of ending world hunger. You had an option of revolution. This is anarchy. There's a distinct difference for that, because anarchy is the abolishment of all laws.
I was anarchist at an early age, and it turned into philosophy.
Now, anarchy, it says about your choice, when the old systems fall to ruin, you can't fix a broken government with broken tools, so now it's time to abolish all laws. So there you go.
4.
So you went with... What do you mean? What are you saying? I didn't ask you to pick a number.
Oh, man, I'm sorry.
You picked 3. You picked anarchy, and that's what it said.
Okay, usually I'm sitting here and I'm waiting for more of it. You got it.
So, do you want to know?
Yeah, go. Let me hear it.
Okay. Yeah. Do you want to know what the other options would have been? What they
said? Yeah, let's hear it.
That's because I wrote all this, so I hope you're interested.
I want the full thing.
Revolution. So if you picked 4, it would have been revolution, which is funny. You shouted 4. It says, time to lead the resistance. You are begging for death, but it is to secure a better future for the people. You will sacrifice your very life to change the world around you for the better. That's the goal. Wow. So that would be revolution. Now, if you went with 2, you went with ending world hunger. You find more effective ways of feeding those in need with a more diplomatic approach, getting on the inside and communicating there. Okay, so you could have done that. Or you could have went with 1, which is annihilation. You kill off half the world's entire population.
Well, that's what the government's going to do now, and I'm not with that. That's what they're doing. Oh, and in fact, there's even been spoken fact that they're mentioning the end of food shortages to annihilate half the population by making it where people are sterile. Because they want to remove half the population to save the world. Yeah, I've been, that is actually what they're doing.
So, now, you had picked anarchy, which is 3. So, let's go to 3. Let me read what it says.
Mm-hmm.
Try as you might to lead yourself, you've developed a following on account of your confidence and audacious manner. You did not want this. You are not interested in babysitting anybody. Do you lead the people or leave them to the wolves?
Leave them to the wolves.
Now, you had an option.
Fuck.
1 or 2, and you
Can't
went...
have it. I got enough dead weight. I don't need no extra baggage.
1 or 2. 1 or 2. Pick 1 or 2. 1 or 2.
2.
Lead them. Because 1 is leave them to the wolves. So you went
how I am,
them.
As much shit as I talk, I give my last dollar to anybody.
Here's what it says. This shit made me laugh. Okay. Here's
because I know how to eat a grasshopper.
So
you know what I'm saying?
You decided to lead them, Mr. Anarchist. Here we go. So you went with 2, lead them.
I sure did.
It was grueling, but you did it anyway, against your will.
I sure did.
You now have a nice little neat community, and you hate them all.
Yeah, I sure do.
But they love you, and they look out for you. Yeah. They bring you food and tell you all about their boring lives. What a sweetheart you are, Dad. That's what it says.
Oh my God, it sounds like every day
there you go. And do you want to know...
I still love them, though.
What would have happened if you went with 1? Leave them to the wolves? You want me to read that?
They'll come back and kill you. Because the wolves take care of them.
This turned out to be one of your greatest regrets. You are not the leaderly type by any means. You lack discipline and crack under pressure. But single-handedly leading the people to slaughter has left you as an outcast, and now you must survive on your own.
Mm-hmm.
You took a good decade off your life. Good way to go, asshole.
And now the wolves are gonna.
That's what it says.
Now
Way to go, asshole.
Now you're gonna get. Because
So
if you got more people, you can fight the wolves.
Yeah.
You know, you're outnumbered.
So,
The wilderness wins.
Well, do you want to know what
Yes.
the other options, the results of the other
I
options
absolutely
could have
do.
been? Which is a lot. I wrote a lot.
That's cool.
So if you went with one, let's just go down the list. If you went with one and you went with the world annihilation, you kill off half the world's entire population. And it says here, if you chose that, most of the world, what's left of it anyway, thinks you're a complete asshole, and they hold you accountable for the mass genocide. Do you run and hide or face the angry mob? So you would have to pick a
Face
number
the
1 or
mob.
2.
No, I'd rather die in honor than go out like a bitch.
1 or 2.
One.
Run and hide.
Ah,
That's not good.
Yeah.
You hide on the remote outskirts of an island. You changed your appearance and you go by a fake name now.
Well,
You have added at least 15 more years to your life.
Alright.
Now,
No, he did it
Okay.
right way.
but you can come back and kill them after that 15 years, and
Yep.
they wouldn't even notice you walking up on them.
now it
It's
says
the long
here.
game. Yeah.
Now, if you went with 2, it says take on the mob.
That's what I want.
And it says, if you pick 2, you decide to face the world instead, in spite of their venomous ill will and enmity. You are assassinated at age 45.
Mm.
So,
Oh, it's not a bad
by
fight.
facing them,
I mean,
yeah, they got rid of you. Somebody stabbed your ass.
yeah, but I think it's a clever
Yeah.
way. Like, okay, but like,
Right.
what? But yeah, I think I picked the better. one.
Right, run and hide. You
And
went to
change
the
your, you know,
island.
you change your name and everything,
Yeah.
but if the mob fucked with your family, you'd do that, and 15 years later though, you'd live next to
Right.
them for 5 more years, and then you'd kill them in their sleep for fun,
Right.
and then eat some pills and die because you're 80, and say good game.
Now, if you went with 2, end world hunger. Okay. What the options would have been if you had picked that. Alright. The communities you have given relief to hold you in high esteem. You are considered a saint among the poor. Do you go easy into retirement, or do you diligently and painstakingly work yourself into the grave?
Work yourself into the grave.
Pick a number, 1 or 2.
2.
Work! Yes, he went with work. It just says bold work. It has like 4 exclamation
I
points
enjoy work.
on it. Okay.
There's all kinds.
So, that was 2. If you went with end world hunger and let's see what it says. Now, you went with 2.
I like that dice.
I know, I love it. You've steadily kept up the work pace for another 9 years. Despite suffering from 2 strokes and other maladies on top of that, you're confident you will leave this world one day feeling accomplished and fulfilled. Now, that's good. You went with work. Now, 1. Do you want to know what would happen if you had went with 1? Alright, so if you went with 1 and you decided to retire after ending world hunger, you take it easy, alright. After going into retirement for 1 month and 6 days, you are found peacefully lifeless in the closet of your 2-story home with a belt around your neck and your spent member in hand.
Yeah.
There
Now
you go.
that's a life worth living.
That is retirement. Now, okay, now,
Yeah.
but here's the thing.
That's all right. I mean, it's not something I do, but at that age,
It's all you can do.
Yep, and here's the last one, revolution. Do you want to know what would have happened if you picked that? What the result would have been?
Do it.
Okay. This was the single most tragic decision you ever made. In leading the revolution, you witnessed many good friends and family die. Innocent people were caught up in the crossfire, all on account of your actions. You don't sleep, you don't eat, you're a nervous wreck, but you keep going forward. Do you disband and put a stop to the resistance, or do you keep pressing forward?
Press forward.
Pick a number, 1 or 2.
1.
Keep on keeping on, that's right.
Yeah, keep
Okay.
on keeping. It's funny you mentioned that. I was thinking that when I was driving, because because when I went to Walmart to get the refund, I was try to have this fun show and take it easy.
Mm-hmm.
I said fuck Walmart
Mm-hmm.
because I went there, but they were too lazy to open up on time. I was in there, but they wasn't there.
Yes.
So I just walked away, and I thought I would go get a beer and I'd come back in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
But I just kept driving and went home because I said I got to keep moving.
Right.
You got to do what?
Keep on
old man
keeping
said
on.
you got to keep on keeping on.
That's what it says.
Keep on moving.
So,
And on moving, you come up with a new solution. And I had the perfect one. I got everything set. Fuck Walmart. I'm taking their money and I'm putting it in the Etsy.
right.
I'm getting something that I actually want.
Yeah.
Take
So
it from
here's
the
what
man,
it
even if
says.
it's $40.
You want to know what it says? You decided
Yeah.
to keep on keeping on.
Yeah.
You picked 1. As a result of your efforts and fierce dedication, you persevered, and now it's starting to look like you have a chance to finally get some bills passed into law. It was one too many years of sleepless nights and unspeakable tragedies. But now you are taking the first steps towards liberation. You did it all for the people. Now, here's what it says here if you went with 2. If you break it up.
Yeah. What's
If you broke up and disbanded, it says, sometimes humility is the most important quality one can have. You could not handle the repercussions of leading the resistance, and you walked away, leaving behind many grieving and bitter comrades. You are hated and despised by the people you love most, but you could not bear to lose one more life. There you go. There you go.
Well, I would feel bad for that man though. I wouldn't.
I know.
I wouldn't be mean to him, but
No.
it's just a time when a soul's broken and it just can't.
Right.
I mean, I can understand.
He
I wouldn't be
tried.
mad at it.
No.
That's, if I was one of his soldiers and he just broke and had to go and left me,
Mm-hmm.
I would understand. And
I
then
would
that's
too.
what I say. That's when it's your turn
Right.
to do what he did for you
Yes.
instead of whining about it.
Right.
Somebody's got to take the torch.
That's
I mean, we're not invincible.
No, we're not. No. Sometimes you
Mentally
need
or physically.
to know when you're done.
Yeah, but that's when somebody should step up for how they save their life. I mean, now it's your turn to do it.
That's right. That's
Otherwise,
the
you
right
shouldn't
thing
have
to
joined
do.
the game.
No. That's right.
Yeah, we still doing this? Yeah, what we got?
Well,
No,
we're
keep
done
going,
with-
honey.
We're done with that game. However,
No, keep going.
I have another one.
All right.
That's funny.
Go, man.
Okay. You are okay, get ready.
We'll do a part 2 if we got to.
You are currently floating around inside of a red balloon.
All right.
I know,
Shit,
this
that
sounds
sounds
insane.
nice.
You're inside of a red balloon.
Reminds me of a dream I had when I had a fever. one
What
day.
what are your I know it sounds insane. What are your first thoughts? So tell me what your first thoughts are
Now I'm
before.
floating around in a red balloon.
What are your first
in
thoughts?
the air.
Yeah, in the air. You're in a red balloon.
While I'm in the balloon, am I sitting in the balloon or am I floating while in the balloon?
You're sitting in there and you're just
but the
bracing
balloon's
yourself.
floating,
Right.
but I'm not floating inside the balloon. I'm not effervescent, is what I'm asking.
You are floating.
But I'm sitting on the balloon while it floats and not.
You are inside of it.
But am I sitting inside of it or am I floating inside of a floating balloon?
You are sitting inside of that balloon
Okay.
floating.
Now, what
Good
color
question.
is it? See-through?
It's
or-
red. It's a
It's
red
red,
balloon.
so I can't see through it.
Inside of a red
So
balloon.
I don't know.
That's right.
I don't know that I'm. So
Right.
I'm just in a fucking mental ward then.
Yeah, basically.
So I don't know.
Okay.
Because if I don't know I'm 14,000 feet in the air floating around in a red balloon, I would just be sitting there wondering, where the fuck am I?
Right.
But the most important thing is in that situation in all my years, when something like that's going on, because
Yeah.
you know you'd feel the breeze and it
Right.
moving around.
Right.
So it'd be like being in the womb again.
Sure.
So don't freak out. My
Right.
one thing I can tell everybody.
Right.
When something strange like that, if it ever happens to you.
Right. Don't
you know,
freak
maybe
out.
somebody put something in your drink, or maybe you had a fucking breakdown.
Right.
If you're in a red balloon and it's moving around and it feels like you're in the womb, whatever you do, don't freak out and sit there and wait for it to end.
Right.
Because if you puncture that fucking thing, you're gonna find out real quick.
Okay. So,
like I said, in those situations, the best thing to do is go catatonic.
Catatonic.
And
okay.
just sit there and wait. No, I learned just wait.
Yeah.
I would go and I would just be like, "What the fuck?" But don't move, and just wait.
Right.
But you don't want to fucking never freak out, because that's how you.
Good advice.
Up. Yeah.
Now,
very good advice.
So you gave me your first thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you end up? And this is how you determine where you end up.
Oh shit.
I brought this concept up last time in the last episode. There's 15 numbers. Now, you have to pick 6 numbers between 1 through 15.
Okay. Okay, this is a little bit more complicated, but 6 numbers.
6 numbers between 1 through 15.
Okay, I got you. 3.
Okay.
14. 12. 9. 2. 8.
All right. So here's the thing. Because you evenly matched within each segment of this, because this is a line of 15 numbers. It's broken up into 3 segments. You evenly matched all 3 segments. Mm-hmm. Which only means one thing.
What?
Your future is uncertain. But can I tell you what each segment is? What it means?
Did you keep up with it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I did. You evenly matched.
I know she wasn't checking them off, but...
No, I was diligently paying attention.
Oh, you already have them matched up.
You evenly matched within all 3 segments.
What you had.
That means your future's uncertain. But here is what your future could have been if you actually say you were in segment 1. Say all of your numbers, most of your numbers were within segment 1. Mm-hmm. You were stuck in a tree. If most of your numbers were within segment 2, you were picked up. And if most of your numbers were within segment 3, you were tied to a pole. Because you're a balloon. Mm-hmm. You're in a fucking balloon. Traveling in this thing. Okay, so do you want me to read off what you could have chose? But you're, okay. Stuck. Okay, so if you get stuck in a tree, 1. It is time to make some careful life choices. You were so close to getting popped and falling to your imminent death. So there you go. And if you got picked up, it says, you are hard to resist, which is a quality that can serve you well, but it can easily be a curse. Some people don't know when to stop grabbing for your attention. There you go. And then you have the 3rd one. If you were tied to a pole, so if some kid just took you and tied your little fucking balloon to a pole and you're in there, this is what it says. It may be better if you go with your own decision next time instead of relying on someone else's. Not everyone has your best interest in mind. But your future is uncertain.
That's good.
How do you feel about that?
I'm gonna tell you how you feel right now. I already know.
Okay.
Jim Morrison once said, "The future is uncertain, but the end is always near."
Nice.
I would never forget that. I'm a big dude. I know people fucking say shit, but Jim Morrison was a fucking brilliant motherfucking poet.
Yes, he was.
He was fucking brilliant.
And he wasn't known for it either.
He's not known for it. In fact, because he got that fucking rock star thing and drunk thing, and but he was a lot more than that.
Right.
But yeah, I will never forget those lines. I got his poetry book. It's great.
No, he was very precocious. I mean, I would say that at his level, he would have been...
he was still a kid on that level of thinking. You
gotta
understand, you forget how old he was.
That's a child prodigy.
Look at a fucking 20-year-old now.
Yeah.
and ask them anything, and they don't know nothing.
Right. No.
I mean, you just gotta take that.
He was memorizing entire pages of novels.
No,
I mean,
yeah, I
gosh.
mean, fucking
My
give the guy a break.
goodness. We're done with the game, so that's it.
All right.
Your future.
I got some.
Okay.
Where are we at? If you tell me that, motherfucker.
What do you mean, honey? What are you talking
I
about?
It's
It's at 43:07.
Right, if you said that thing wasn't recording, I'd blow my brains
No.
Marilyn Manson turned himself in finally.
Okay.
That should be exciting for future episodes because I can't wait to hear about what kind of wild shit he's been up to. I love it.
Wow.
Anyway, garbage. Isn't it funny how pygmy people fuck? It's gotta be wild.
It's gotta be wild.
I'd like to bring John Mcafee back to life. Put him in a room with Marilyn Manson and 2 horny pygmy people.
Mm-hmm.
That's a movie.
It is. So dirty.
Oh man, that I would cringe.
So dirty.
But I couldn't turn away.
Scary.
Yeah, man, it'd be wild. It would be wild.
Right.
I just was thinking about that when I read the news. Them 2 came up, and for some reason I thought, pygmy people.
Mm-hmm.
How they fucking these days?
How do we fucking these
maybe
days?
get 2 horny ones and throw them to. Oh man, it would be a fucking right.
They're little.
I had a small white kid look me in the eye and call me Pandeo. I had a small white kid look me in the eye and call me a Pandeo. Now this goes back. Friday, I just want to tell this story. It's crazy. Okay. Friday, man, we've been working hard all week. Mm-hmm. You know, I know I was playing piano throughout the week, so it was a little lighter than usual. So that's good. But my boss is, he's my boy, and then he became my boss, so we don't hang out as much anymore. But he got the new PlayStation, and he's excited about it. So he said, you come over and play this fucking shit after work or what? And I said, you fucking guarantee it, but you say that around 10. Mm-hmm. By 4 o'clock after hard labor, you wish you never said that, but I said, I'm going no matter what.
It was good, though.
Because, he invited me over to check out the new PlayStation, and I was like, that's cool, man. Yeah, I'm coming over. It's something out of the ordinary because I usually stick to a routine. Mm-hmm. So because it's a long drive back for, but I go out there because, we haven't hung out in a while. Man, it was awesome.
Nice.
But his fucking kids are wild. This one was trying to chase a lizard. This one is bearded dragons. Like, we went to the birthday party, they had the same one.
Yeah.
And they threatened to give it to me if they didn't stop because they're not taking care of it. Just run around the house. It ran across my foot. It was fucking awesome. The older one, and I remember he told me he's hanging out with Spanish kids. He's learning words. He was trying to chase the dragon behind the couch. And his dad's like, he's calling him this weird nickname, and he's not liking it. And he came up over the couch, and he looked at me, and he just said, Pandeo. And I said, and I heard him laugh, and I looked at her, and I was like, what did he? And he said, I told you, man, I got to call him to school. He's calling the president. The Mexican kids are teaching me slang. But he's the cutest kid. They're so smart. But I was like, what the? I looked at him, and I bust out laughing. We was laughing so hard.
Funny.
But I never saw it coming. Pandeo.
Oh, no.
Oh, dude. It made my week, though. And then I was like, man, dude. Like I said, another good family, smart kids. I love to see it. I love that shit, though, dude. I mean, it's wild. Like, yeah, they kids, man. They should be crazy and wild, but at least they watching after them.
Yeah.
It's like, I had to tell them, you gotta ease up on that. You call the principal pinch you and all this, like, all this shit. It's like, damn, dude, that's hilarious. What you got?
I love it. And so, this is not a game. Which is funny because as soon as I said this is not a game, it reminds me of something I say to somebody all the time. I'm like, this is not a game. Anyway, you are traveling down a lonely dark road at around midnight. There are no lights whatsoever, save for your car lights. Soon, however, even your car stops. It will not start up again. You are now in complete darkness. What do you do if you have no source of light whatsoever?
First?
Right. You can't see.
No. You have to adapt to the darkness.
Right.
No, you can see in the dark, but you have to.
Right.
You have to let your eyes adjust.
Yeah.
No, you can see fine, and it depends on what the weather's like. If there's a moon. If there's a moon out, it's even better.
Right, but if there's no moon out, that's.
But do you have anything to start fire with? But the
Right.
thing is, I would do is you can adjust to nightlight.
Right.
You have to just set in the dark and keep your eyes really open. Don't blink.
Yeah.
You can get it.
Yeah, you know what sucks is when your eyes have adjusted to the dark and someone flashes a light on you.
Yeah.
You're like, ah! It hurts. Yeah, it's bad.
No, your pupils
because
have
your
to
pupils
get really dilated. But yeah, any sort of light will take away. But usually nowadays it's hard to be in places that are that dark. But there's always a light source.
I have a question for you though. Aside from that one, it says also, when you're in a world with the absence of light, what might that do to the human mind? If you had no light.
I think this is where you start paralleling with another dimension. Because when I used to, I don't know, my styles of thinking and doing things are very odd to most people. I'd never talk about them, but I would tell you. I have sat in a room for 9 months in complete darkness. And you will see things, and you will go places.
Yeah.
And that's when I started writing.
Right. Wow. Yeah.
But no, I had a nervous breakdown when I was younger.
Right.
And I feel like that's when I changed, and I'm grateful for it. But it was a very, I covered up my windows with like 3 layers of blanket. It was complete darkness.
Right.
I mean, there'd be a small lamp sometimes.
Right.
But I would sit there in complete darkness, and I had a record player, and I listened to Latin Sane by David Bowie and things. I had records sometimes, but really I focused under that lamp right now. My eyes are fucked. But I can tell you right now, you can see in complete darkness, but it gets strange.
Yes, it does.
Because there's things, I just think it's a meditative state. If you really just sit there and understand it, you can travel.
I do it all the time. I meditate all the time.
But,
Right, but the thing is,
but I never got weird with it like people do. I don't know what this occult shit
I don't either.
Is.
I don't know.
It was just like me trying to find myself and my path.
Me too. Right.
But I did it alone.
It has made me
because
better.
I don't think anybody can tell you anything. You gotta find it for yourself.
It has made me better, and I will tell you another thing too. And I don't mean to scare anyone. You're right. You do you make encounters, and some of the things you encounter right away are, I guess, what you would call your own demons. And here's the thing.
It's very important to confront
confront them, yes.
Otherwise,
right.
I mean, it's part of you.
It
comes from your blood.
It is.
And, I mean, everybody's different, but it's important to confront them things, but it's not what Hollywood tells you.
No, it's not. No. But I'll tell you, sometimes I play with them because I'm trying to find my way.
I've never had a problem with them.
Neither have I.
They'll be scared of me.
Right.
But it's nothing to play with.
No, it's not. But sometimes we play little games, but it's for a different outcome. It's for a better path. I'm finding my way.
Yeah, well, that's what you're supposed to do. That's called living.
You have to live.
You don't have to fucking. You don't have to fucking.
But the thing is you don't have to give in to every goddamn thing. That's not good.
Israel's new camouflage technology can make soldiers virtually invisible. Picture looks like they are wearing sheets that blend into everything. I would have done that anyway. Good for them. And I have it's your court now. I got one small bit and a piano song.
No, we can.
You got
because we're at 52.
What's he? Fawcett?
52, 21. But
what is his name? Fucking Fawcett. I call him.
Right.
Fucci.
Right.
Gucci. It's coming for your soul. And with
Coming
this
for your
song,
soul.
I will save it for you.
Right.
I
Very
hope
fun.
I don't fuck this up.
Yeah.
Hit it for me one time.
Right.
Alright.
She's so loud. She gets so loud.
That's my girl.
Alright. Okay.
G.I. Joe's. Great for me.
David Graham.
Yeah. Boot song. Bye, bitches.
Tune in next week, bitches.